Hi there. I am down in my basement today and I'm going to work on planting my geraniums that I overwintered for the first time. I've never done this before. I just peeked into the bags and some of them look like death, but I don't know. We'll see how they turn out. I am going to show you all the things that I'm going to be using to pot these up, and then we'll take a look at my geraniums. So right down here I just have 3 terracotta pots. They're pretty decent size. And then I also have some potting mix. I got this potting mix for $1 a bag at a store called B2 Outlets, I think. We have one here in the little town that I live in. I had no idea what that store was, and I went in there one day and everything was $1. And I found these at the bottom of like a bin. It's basically like an outlet store that I think Target actually sends all their stuff that's like out of season or returns, or I don't know, something like that. And they send them to this store, and it's just a store full of a bunch of like crated up bins, and each day throughout the week the items like go down in price. So like on Tuesday everything is like $10, on Wednesday everything is like $5, and then by the time it gets to Friday everything's $1. And that's the day I happened to go in there. Anyway, I was like, this is crazy. I was searching at the bottom of the bins, and I found a ton of potting soil, and I think I got like 12 bags or something. So yeah, I got 12 bags of this for $1 each, and that's the only thing I really bought there. I quick scooped it up and got out of there. But anyway, so we're going to be using a couple of those today. And all right, let's go look at my geraniums. This is where I put them at the beginning of the winter, I guess. I have this little squirt bottle here just in case they were getting too dry. I did squirt them a few different times. These white ones in here, these are the ones I'm concerned about. I don't really see too much green growth on there, and they're really, really dry. But these pink and then dark pink, and I think that's pink as well, they look pretty good. So I'm just gonna grab a bag, we'll take it over to the table, and we'll see what we got. What do you think, bud? Let's grab the first one out here. Like I said, I've never done this before. This is an experiment because I love geraniums, but they're so expensive every year. I mean, each one of these geraniums is like $7, and they're just expensive. So, hey buddy, are you gonna help? I know, you can't eat it though. So this is really exciting. There is some new growth on there. There's some new growth right there, and actually like a bloom. And then there's also a few more on here. So this one's looking good. I watched this lady named Susan, and I learned how to do this from her. But she says to go in through here and just clip off all of the dead leaves, and then anywhere you see like browning. So I would clip that right there because that's obviously dead. Any browning or like crusty leaves or just any sort of death that you see on here, clip it off, and then that will allow the plant to send energy into all of these newer bits. All right, so let's try that. I'm gonna get in here and, like I said, start kind of assessing the situation, cut off anything that I think would be disservicing to the plant, which would be, so I see some new growth right here. So I think what I'm gonna do is chop this off. We'll just cut that off. And then I'm gonna go in here and take off all these dead leaves. You can hear all those crunchy leaves I'm taking off. That might help us be able to see what else is left here on the stems. I don't know if you guys can hear my wind chimes out there, but I love it. All right, I think I got all the dead leaves off, and you can't hear. Let me move this bag. You can kind of see There. Now I'm going to go in, like I said, and trim off all these like dead brown bits. So right there I've got some new growth and actually a little bloom. I'm going to trim this off. Same thing right here. I'm going to trim this little one off. Max is sure having fun. Let's see here. This little guy, I'm going to trim that off. My fingers. This one looks kind of dead, but there's new growth at the end of it, so I'm going to leave it. But this one has nothing on it, so I'm going to trim that one off. I feel like this one might have a little green at the end, and it also has this little guy. I don't know, it's kind of shriveled up though, so I think I'm just going to take it off. I think that one's all set. We'll set that one aside. I've got this one, and this one looks a little bit questionable, but I'm just going to trim it up anyway and see what happens. The lady I watched, you know, hers came out pretty gnarly looking, and then they were like really beautiful. So since it's my first try, I'm gonna give it like the best fighting chance I can. But I would probably should just throw this one away. But I'm not, because it's my first try. I want to have the full experience and just, you know, figure out what I did wrong. Hopefully what I did right a little bit. We'll see. Well, this one looks pretty good. So again, I'm just going to take off all the dead leaves here. All the crunchy bits. Max is having fun. I'm gonna cut that. That's a little one, but I think these are all dead. Okay. I don't know. You guys are probably just like, oh. Those of you that have done this before, you might be like, oh, Jess, it's not looking good for you. I might have waited too long. I don't know. It's at the end of March right now. No, actually, it's April now. So, but I mean, I live in Michigan, so, and I've been so busy at work. Like yesterday, I had to drive down and work in Springfield, Illinois, which is 5.5 hours away from my house. And I was literally gone all day. Didn't get back till 11 o'clock at night. So I don't have a lot of time right now. It's my really busy season at work. And just doing the best I can. This one's looking pretty good. Yeah. Alright. Alright, that was it. Those are pink. I'm gonna set that there just so I know. Okay, now let's go grab another bag. So we'll take out this other pink one. Oh, this one's looking good too. There's some new growth on there. We've got some new growth right here. Some right here. There, there, there. So quite a bit. So I'm just gonna take off all the dead crunchy leaves, which are pretty easy to get off. Actually, just kind of run your fingers through there and they kind of just fall off. Even if I have one of these survive, I'm gonna be really excited because I've never done this before, so it's really fun to try new things. And the cool thing about trying new things is even if you fail, even if you do something wrong or whatever, it's really just a learning experience for the next time. And then you know, you can know how to help other people along the way. All right, so this one, I cleaned up all of the dead leaves there. Oh, there's one more. And then I can already tell that this stalk right here is like bendy and wrinkly. I'm gonna chop that off. And then let's see what else we've got. This one looks pretty good. There's even actually some little tiny ones coming out there. There's a tiny little new growth there. So I'm just gonna chop off this. And even the spots, this is interesting, even the spots I just chopped off that look completely dead, they've got green in there. So that's kind of exciting. All right, so there's one. Ooh, this is a big one. All right, I am going to, again, take off all these crunchy leaves and we'll see where we are. The leaves off, and I'm just gonna go around and check on whatever shoots look like they are dead or they have no life in them, which would be this one right here. So I'm gonna take it all the way back down to where I see green, chop that off. This one is pretty nasty. There is green at the top of it, but it's like really loose, and so I'm just gonna cut it off because I don't want there to be any like disease in there or whatever. But you can see that one has no green in it at all. This one I'm going to leave because there's new growth at the top. And if you guys have any tips or tricks for me, the ones that have done this for years, I know when I did this fall, a lot of you were like, oh my word, Jess, I do that every year, and I've got all these geraniums or winter them over in my garage. I'm going to cut that one because it's broken. Actually, I'm going to cut this whole thing and go right down to the green there. But yeah, I loved reading all of your suggestions and success stories. But we'll see how it goes. Like I said, if I even have one that survives, I think it's going to be really neat. All right, so that one's looking pretty good. He just ripped a hole in that bag and he's like having a heyday playing in the dirt. What is it, boy? You love that dirt? It's so fun to play in, huh? Now I've got my dark pink. Let's see how these turn out. You can already see like pink blooms on here, so I think it might be a little promising. But yeah, there's some new growth on here as well. You can see some there, here, here, here. I'm excited. All right. Oh, there's even some brand new growth down here. Look at that. See that? That's pretty. All right, so same thing, just gonna take all the leaves off and we can see what needs to be pruned. I think that my grandma actually, my grandma Bonnie, I think she overwinters some geraniums. I think I get actually a lot of my love for gardening from my grandma Bonnie on my dad's side. She is an amazing gardener. We should go to her house sometime and film her. We could take a movie of her garden because it's just really beautiful. And she sent me pictures of it. I'll see if I still have them in my phone. But she sent me pictures of her garden last summer. And I was like, oh my word, this reminds me of like my gardening style. I must get it from you, Graham. So anyway, maybe she'll let us come to her house sometime. I don't know if that's good growth or not. I'm gonna turn that one off. So yeah, maybe she'll let us come to her house sometime and film a movie of her garden, because it's very similar to like the kind of stuff that I choose to do. But anyway, my gram, she overwinters a geranium that she got from a prisoner at the Muskegon prison. My grandpa is a pastor. He's been a pastor his whole life, and he is like the chaplain at the Muskegon, Michigan prison, and he goes in and kind of, you know, speaks to the prisoners and helps uplift them and encourage them and support them, and basically teach them about Jesus and give them hope. And so anyway, I think my grandma told me that I was at her house one day, and I was admiring this beautiful little geranium, and she's like, I overwinter that geranium every year. I got that from one of the prisoners that he teaches, and they were doing like a, I don't know, like a special day or something where they all got to plant up a flower. And he got to plant up a geranium, and he gave it to my grandma, and she still has it. So anyway, I should ask her about that. So this one's looking good. Really good. I'm excited about this one. All right, get back in here. We got a couple more in here, and then I'm kind of stalling on the white bag, because I'm telling you guys, it looks like complete death. There's no, like, see all these nice pretty blooms and flowers and stuff? There's nothing like that in there. Nope, nothing. So, are you coming back to help, my boy? There's some growth on that. It looks like they've already bloomed. They've already bloomed once in the bag. All these I'm taking off, and then now they're starting to bloom again. So it's time. It's time. Like I said, I've never done this before, but I'm already learning so much about this, and it's so exciting. It's like plants, you know, plants just, they want to live. If you give them the right conditions, if you give them the right, you know, light requirements and water requirements, the right location in your yard or pots or whatever. Some are heavy feeders, some are not. If you give them the right things that they need to survive, they'll survive. They want to survive. You think that's pretty, bud? Look, it's so pretty. I feel like I should take these off. I think I might take these off, but we'll save that. Okay, I've got one more, and then we'll get into the white ones. The white bag of death. This one, okay, so this whole entire thing right here is completely dead. Let me cut that off. Yeah. Plants are pretty resilient, I guess, just like people. You know, like we also go through a lot. We all go through a spring season and a summer season and a fall and a winter. And we just have to keep going, keep trucking through. I'm going to cut this one right back to here. All right, that's looking good. I'm going to go grab the white bag of death. Here is what I'm talking about. These ones look completely dead to me. They're super shriveled up. I mean, I don't know. It's really hard to see down here too because there's not very good lighting. That actually looks like new growth, but I'm just gonna, you know, test this out. I just want to clip it because I'm pretty sure it's dead anyway. I just want to see what it looks like inside this stem. And there is a little bit of green in there, but I feel like it's on its way out. So I'm just gonna kind of dissect this a little bit and chop it up. I'm interested to see what it looks like inside. Yeah, that's completely dead. So, yeah, so I'm gonna set that one aside. We'll count that as a failure. And I'm not sure why, but there was, so I feel like there was new growth on here at one point in the bag. And so I'm thinking I probably just waited too long on these ones because it was living at one point in there, creating new growth. And yeah, there's no green in there at all. There is a tiny bit of green at the top of this, but the rest of the stalk is pretty bad. But right here you can see there is a little bit of new growth right there. So I probably could cut it off right here, but the bottom of it, I mean, that is green. Okay, so that is a little green in there. This one has a little growth right there, but the rest of the stem is just super like mushy, and I'm pretty sure it's dead. All right, let's see this one. This one's a little better, but I don't see any new growth. There is a little bit of green stem on there. I feel like, I don't know if it's the white variety. Well, look at that. There is a little green there. There is a little green here. Yeah, that one's pretty much gone, I think. I'm just gonna chalk it up to being dead. All right, I've got one more in there. Let's see. And yeah, this one's completely dead as well. I can tell. I mean, there's like a little bit of growth on there, but I think it's too late. So on these white ones, I'm not sure if it's the white or what, but I do see a bunch of new growth on there that looked like it dried up. This is probably my fault. I probably should have taken these out sooner, or maybe misted them a little bit more. So this would be something that I can, you know, remember for next time and do for at least the white ones, if not all of them. All right, I'm gonna clean up my mess here, and then we'll start potting these up. What do you think, bud? Not too bad, huh? We get these in the dirt. Should we get them in the dirt? Okay. Not sure how I'm gonna pot these up yet, but I think I'm gonna put a few in a pot for now, and then if I need to transplant them later, I can. These are the dark pink. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, we'll use this one that Max opened up for me. All right, so I am just using this pot and mix. I'm gonna put them in there. Pretty decent sized geraniums. I was gonna try to put 2 in a pot, but these are pretty big. I'm gonna take this off. I know this is sad, but take those off. Gosh, I wonder if I could get all 3 in here. For now, just for now, and then I can transplant them later. I don't have too much room. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get all 3 in here. And then I'll come in a little bit later and transplant them once they kind of get acclimated to their new home. Really hope this works. These roots are kind of crunchy, but we'll see. Yeah, that'll work. And then if I need to transplant them, which I probably will, if I need to transplant them, I will later. All right, there's my first one. I'm really excited. I hope this turns out. We'll set it aside and keep moving. you guys, it feels so good to get my fingers in the dirt. If I was outside, I'd be using gloves, but there's just something about getting your fingers in this nice, fresh soil. I want to 2¼ 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one's pretty nasty too. But I'm gonna plant it up because there's new growth on it. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. We'll put 2 in. Put 2. We'll put 3 in that one, and these in here. We'll see how this goes. These little ones are not looking the greatest, but I want to see what happens because you never know. You never know. Put another big one in here, or bigger, I guess. Alright, one more to go. Spitting out my teeth and howling at the moon. I never thought in this whole world a fool could fall so hard. But honey, baby, when I fell, the whole world must have jarred. I think I'd quit my doggish ways if you take me for your groove. You got me chasing rabbits, picking out rings and howling at the moon. Hey buddy, what do you think? Thanks for helping me. I'm in the light a little bit so you can see them a little better, but they're not looking too bad. I'm really excited about all this new growth coming off of here, and I did go in and take off most of the blooms. Let me take that one off. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about how this turned out. We will see what happens in the coming weeks, but this is a really fun project to do, and I'm excited about the outcome so far. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna get these watered up and then go put them in a window down here in the basement. Rabbits walking on my hands and howling at the moon. Well, sugar, I took one look at you, and it almost drove me mad. And then I even went and lost the little sense I had. Now I can't even tell the day from night. I'm as crazy as a loon. What are you doing, buddy? You sneaking? You're so sneaky. Some friends of mine ask me to go. You want to help me put them in their spot? Cause there ain't a hound dog in this state that can hold the light to me. I ate 3 bones for dinner today, then tried to treat you. You got me chasing rabbits, scratching fleas. A little spot over on that side of my basement. Our basement isn't finished. We're planning on finishing it this year, but hey buddy, are you hiding? So I'm gonna take these over and I'm gonna put them in like a window over there. So let's do that. You wanna come with me? Oh, this is heavy. He's in here. Oh my word. That'll work. So I'm over here in this corner room and I just have them propped up on this little stand. I'm gonna keep them in this tray so that I can water them properly without getting water everywhere. And then I'm just gonna keep them in this window and they'll have more than enough light, and I'll just wrap the curtains around them like that. So here we go. Here's my geraniums. This is my first year experiment. with overwintering geraniums. I have, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd say I have 7. There's 2 in there that are like, I don't even know if they'd make like a half of a geranium. We'll see. But I threw them in there just to test them out and see how it would go. But yeah, like I said, we'll keep these in here for probably the next 6 weeks or so until we get through. It's the beginning of April right now, so honestly, until I get through May, I probably won't really take them outside too much because our Michigan springs here are basically like a mild winter, and I just want to make sure that they're okay. But I think this will be fine. Like I said, I'm just going to kind of, you know, put the curtains over them like this. They've got lots of light. They are by this window, and it is a little cooler in my basement, not too cold. It's probably like, I don't know, 65 degrees down here, so it's not too bad. So they'll be nice and hardened off by the time it is time to go outside. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've got any tips for me, or maybe you're just like, oh, Jess, those look really bad. This is not working out. Let me know. Let me know what you think I did wrong. Definitely let me know what you think I did wrong on those white ones. If you think I could improve on that. Like I said, there was some new growth in there. So I feel like at one point, if I would have taken them out quicker, maybe they would have survived. I'm not really sure, but it was just the white ones that did that. So anyway, you know what though? Those white ones I had out by my mailbox, and they really weren't watered too often. So maybe they didn't really have a lot of like moisture in them to begin with. I'm not really sure. Those were in a completely different location than all of these ones that did fairly well. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry this is long-winded, lots of talking movie, but I appreciate you hanging out with me. See you later. Bye. Bud, we gotta clean up our mess now. We're all done. Did you have fun? Did you have fun? It was so fun, huh? Got all dirty. You gonna take a bath?